Memphis Grizzlies were able to get back in their series against the Minnesota Timberwolves. They lost home court in game number 1. Were able to bounce back in game 2 with a 28-point. That's the most ever for a franchise win in Memphis Grizzlies history. Series tied at 1. That bad boy will continue on Thursday in Minnesota. So Memphis behind a big-time performance from Morant, 23, 10, and 9. 12 points coming in the third quarter. Memphis now tied up with Minnesota at 1. So, just for clarity, I did pick the Memphis Grizzlies to win this series in 5. If you're asking me, am I surprised that the Grizzlies came out in game 1 and laid an egg? I'm not. I was actually down in Memphis, my hometown, last week, and I was actually at the Grizzlies versus Boston Celtics season finale, and obviously, the Celtics were at the time playing for something. They were trying to go for the 2 seed and avoid playing the Toronto Raptors, in which a couple of their starters would be ineligible. So Boston was playing for something. Memphis was not, and no Grizzlies played. This is a humble flex here. I'm not trying to flex, but it's a humble brag here. I had some seats right behind. I was like 2-3 rows behind the Memphis bench, so I was able to kind of just, if nothing else, people watch. It was a bad game. Boston was blowing Memphis out. I'm sitting here behind Morant and Dylan Brooks and all the other guys that didn't play. They're on the bench the whole game because they ain't played. So I was able kind of to people watch. And then keep in mind, I am from Memphis. I know a lot of people. People tell me things. So I had already been hearing in the upcoming weeks that the Grizzlies were kind of smelling themselves. Again, I'm from Memphis. I know a lot of people, and a lot of people know me in Memphis. I've heard things that I am uncomfortable coming on camera and saying, but I had already knew that Memphis was smelling themselves a little bit. So watching them from behind the bench, I guess people watching a little bit because it was an ugly blowout game in favor of Boston. I'm looking at these guys like, they got a lot of confidence, and I have nothing wrong with confidence in yourself, but boy, did they had a lot of confidence for a team that ain't played together a lot over the last 3-4 weeks, with Ja dealing with another injury. Dylan Brooks obviously had missed significant time. As soon as he got back, it felt like Ja went down. They ain't played a lot of time together as their starting group, obviously incorporating Desmond Bane into the fold with the breakout season that he has had, leading that team in three-point shot-making ability. Steven Adams coming in and out of the rotation. Now it feels like he will be a guy that will kind of sit on the bench for most of this postseason run, or at least round 1. So I'm not surprised. All things considered, I am not surprised Memphis laid an egg. But, like I said, I picked the Grizzlies in 5 to win this series. I knew Minnesota coming off of a high that they had, winning the game to get into the postseason, coming off that game against the Clippers and getting that 7th spot. I kind of knew Minnesota would still have some mojo going. I didn't expect Anthony Edwards to be spectacular to the tune of 36 points that he had in game 1. But I'm not 100% shocked how Minnesota came out and hit Memphis in the mouth. But I do expect the Grizzlies to play maybe not as good as they played in game 2, but I do believe they will be good enough to win games 3, and if not game 4, and, take care of business and end the series in 5. If it goes 6, won't be shocked either. But I'm going to say Memphis doesn't lose again in this series. My biggest concern for Memphis is smelling themselves too much. Minnesota is a very young, talented team. Don't get me wrong. But there is a reason why Memphis is number 2, and there is a reason why Minnesota is number 7 entering this postseason. Minnesota has had some inconsistencies, especially to begin the year. Memphis, once they got rolling, they pretty much never turned it off. The Grizzlies are used to playing without their best player. I used to think Karl Anthony Towns was the Minnesota Timberwolves' best player, but every day that goes by, it seems like Anthony Edwards is starting to take that mold and be that guy for Minnesota. Anthony Edwards cannot struggle if Minnesota wants to have a chance at winning this series. AE struggled for the most part of game number 2, got going late, which meant Minnesota struggles through the first half. He is the vocal leader, emotional leader of that team, not named Pat Bev. And the thing is, Pat Bev can talk a good game, but he can't back it up in ways like Anthony Edwards can. I know he's young, but AE is that guy. I think he, depending on a guy that's for the first time in his career in the postseason, expect him to have a game like he had in game one. I just don't think it's feasible or likely. I think Memphis is going to get it rolling. My biggest concern for Memphis, like I said, is staying true to course, remembering what got them here, which is playing harder than everybody, not tweeting about playing harder than everybody, not Instagram posting about playing harder than everybody, not showing up at life. I'm talking about actually going out and playing harder than everybody. Some people will catch that reference, some will not. If Memphis stays true to form, they will have a spot in the Western Conference semifinals, which will likely mean a dance partner, that of the Golden State Warriors, that probably have looked like the best team through 2 games here of the postseason. So let me know, what have you seen from Memphis for good or for bad? What have you seen from Minnesota for good or for bad? Yeah, D'Angelo Russell's got to be more consistent. Karl-Anthony Towns got to stay out of foul trouble. This is becoming a ridiculous theme for a guy of his talent to always be in foul trouble in big Minnesota games. These two dudes got to stay in the game, engaged, and it'll help AE get better looks. I think Memphis is going to take care of business in 5 games. That's what I've seen through 2 games. So let me know what you think. Comment section below.